Hello Libra, welcome to your timeless reading. This is Stardust Tarot. So, to start off, I wanted to explain that for my readings, I include four specially divined cards. Now, those are generated using special keywords. Um, Three of those words I will tell you what those keywords are. The fourth I will not say. Um, so those words, if none of them really match your current situation, you can always try the fourth card and see how that works. So those cards are not in this deck. They're intended for you to sit and meditate upon. So to think and reflect on. So that's all up to you. Um, Now, in addition to that, I do a 9 card spread, and those that are familiar with I Ching will know that that will form a trigram. So I'll let you know what that trigram is after the cards have been shown, and I'll also explain the changing lines. I'll also talk briefly about them during my interpretation as well. So with that, let's start here. Now, during the pre-shuffle, I got I got the the sensation of a void, specifically in space mostly. Now, personally, I kind of took that as to mean a void within oneself. So, an emptiness um, that seems empty when you look at it, of course. So when you look into a void, of course it's dark. You can't see into it. There's no light, but there are things there, and that's often something extremely fearful. But when you think about it, that's actually all of space outside of Earth. That's exactly what it is. There's objects in space, and in order to illuminate them, to understand what those objects are, they need light. Not everything generates light in space. There are things that do and don't. So in my metaphorical mind, I think of that in terms of your conscious mind being that source of light. So it takes bravery to look into those dark places. So I I definitely got that sense immediately. You might be approaching something like deep a deep dark thing that seems ultimately scary, but I didn't get any sense of fear whatsoever in terms of emotional responses. I didn't get any of that. It was more so something coming out. I think something being illuminated. All right, so the cards that you see here, I do read reversals and I read them opposite to how you see them right now. So the cards that look upright are reversed for me. So what we have here for this first line is an unchanging yin line. So this is actually a stable energy despite the two reversals here. Um, Now immediately I'm definitely so the yin energy here has to do with holding something back secretly. So this is my Seven of Swords. He's holding kind of a present right here. I don't know if you can tell, but that's colored. It's the only colored thing, and it's kind of a gift. So he's secretly holding that back um, from you. And then I have two other court cards here. So this might involve another person. Um, Immediately I'm thinking of someone older because here we have the Empress, obviously a very mature energy, and then we have the Scholar. So this in my deck, so this is a deck I've created. I reworked the pages to include 4 cards, and uh, I personally call them scholars. So this is the masculine scholar of air. So this is obviously a super expressive card. It kind of talks about the skills associated with self-expression. This is the only upright card as well. So I think there's someone who has a way with words, is the best way I can kind of say this. Someone also might be kind of talking in tongues secretly, or trying to hide something behind words. They're kind of, I don't want to say beating around the bush, but speaking in riddles. That's kind of what I'm getting, like a riddle energy. So someone's being a little playful, and you can't really tell. I'm getting also kind of the fool, like a fool energy. So someone's being a little bit of a trickster, maybe. Um, with that Seven of Swords reversed, you might have caught someone in that in the act. You might be piecing the the puzzle together, so to speak. Um, and you see how artful and skilled it was, despite scary. So you might actually have a sense of like, I don't really trust this person very much, despite their intellect. All right, so we have all upright cards, so that signifies a changing yang line into yin. Now these cards specifically here, so this is my Two of Cups. It's kind of two rivers meeting, and prior to that we have the Ace of Cups. So one right after the other, and kind of what seems to be the mixing for this is this here, again another scholar. This is the masculine scholar of Terra. So this is a very patient card, a very silent card. Uh, this is actually, so this depicts a hunter kind of surveying the the landscape, looking for prey, um, for the sake of survival, not for the sake of sport or anything like that. This is someone who's patient and knows when to kind of make a move. They're very thoughtful, extremely thoughtful, and also self-aware. Um, so maybe this person has been planning this for a while. Um, with the Ace and Two of Cups, this could be romantic in nature. So someone could have been planning something for a while, or you suspect. I think you suspect someone they might have been planning something, and you're trying to get to the bottom of it, which kind of makes sense why they're speaking in tongues. Secretly, skillfully. Maybe they're trying to impress you with their words, and I don't think it really works for you. Um, Realistically, despite kind of all of the positive signs, like I think that might also partly where you're only seeing the good stuff right now. But I think you have an inner intuition that something is off, something is weird. So now with my changing lines, I do draw an extra card to denote the changing line itself. So if you're familiar with the hexagrammer, the I Ching, changing lines are kind of the focus of kind of reflective wisdom. It's what you're supposed to actually meditate upon when you do a hexagram reading. So again, we get another yang energy. So to me, this is kind of, so because the line itself is unbalanced. Unbalanced yang energy means overly reactive, too much action, too much movement, too much passion. There's a lot of movement, way too much going on. And I think it's been happening for too long. So I think even though this person is kind of patient, I think you know being patient is good, but I think that's also in your mind. You're seeing how it's not good. Like I think you've been waiting too long. I think something's been sitting for too long, and it might be going bad. Like leaving some food out of the fridge for too long. Um, it just starts to kind of ferment. Like this is my Seven of Pentacles, um, and for me it's kind of a keg. Something's brewing in that keg. It's alchemical in nature. Obviously, it's not necessarily alcohol, but something's brewing. Um, these actions have been brewing, and they've been coalescing together, and they're creating something for sure. And I don't I think you're ultimately what you're trying to decide is this person's intentions. Um, that's what I'm gathering here. You're trying to illuminate this void. So I think like there's going back to that space analogy. There's a lot in that area of space wherever this void is, and you want it to be illuminated, basically. And I think you're getting definitely impatient, and you don't want to also resort to tricky behavior to get the information you need or want. I'm with you there. I don't think that's the best thing to do, but deeper, um, like if you look deeper to the first line, so that's the lowest line of a hexagram when you cast a reading, and that represents your inner world. So the trigram I read and that I mentioned, the lower trigram represents the internal energy. Um, that's what this reading is. So the bottom most line, the very foundation, is solid here, but following that is a lot of questions, a lot of emotion, but a lot of waiting at the same time with no kind of particular answer in sight. All right, and then third line here we have unchanging yang. So that's a more balanced energy. So as you kind of approach how this expresses, how you express this on the outside here, I think I think there's kind of options. I'm still getting kind of a romantic energy. It might not be, but it's definitely someone exploring options. And you might be kind of discovering this, or you have already. Um, that I tend to kind of read that. So you've discovered this as a fact, and it's now seeping further and further, deeper and deeper. So you're trying to sort out how it fits together, because I think you have a lot of emotion here built up, and you're trying to kind of consolidate the facts with your emotions. The physical with the non-physical, um, and that's kind of proving tough. Despite it being a fact, I think you know that. Um, it is very deep, a lot of emotion, a lot of outpouring, and I think you kind of waited a while for this. So you might have sat in this in like a state of daydream or ponder, wondering, um, of wonder for a long time. And there's there's a lot of, I'm getting politics too, a lot of relationship politics happening at the same time. So it might be difficult to make any kind of distinct move, in a particular manner or direction. Um, this is my Two of Pentacles, and this is my Nine of Pentacles. So the the juggler here is still fairly skilled, so I think you will get your opportunity to make a decision opportunity. It's like somebody is kind of waiting, I think, um, for that chance, that opportunity here, though. I think it might be kind of fizzling out, though, because this is my Ace of Wands and it's in reverse here, so I think it's fizzling out. The initial, I think, and your initial experience with the person was pretty explosive. You know, it there was a lot, there were memories made. There's an impression made, is what I want to say. An impression was made, but this is turned um, in reverse. So time is of the essence. Is ultimately, I think, is what it's coming down to here. I think you kind of understand that, know that it's just getting that opportunity. I think is what you waited on. But at the same time, you know, if we look down to the second line, you don't want to wait too long if you're considering making a decision or a choice or someone else's. That's definitely the edge. Let's call it. It's the deciding factor is time. Specifically, too much time. So I'm getting that there. So think about what it is you realistically want. Um, what what maybe initially drew you together? Because that fun, that moment, those moments, they can still happen, but you know, if you leave it for too long, things are forgotten, and we are definitely fickle. Humans are fickle, especially this day and age. We don't, especially this day and age, we are extremely fickle, which works against us. That very much works against us. There's not a lot of patient people out there, so consider that. Even if this is you, if this scholar of Terra is you, the other person might not be. And considering that is, I think, would get you somewhere. Um, yeah, definitely would get you somewhere. So take that into consideration, there, Libra. So with that, that kind of concludes the card drawings themselves from my deck. I'll now show you the divined cards. So again, these are keywords. I'll say the words now, and then I'll give you a moment to pause and select a chapter or a timestamp in the description. Um, so the first word is broccoli. The second word is regret. Third word is coast, and then the fourth word is a secret. So I won't let you know what those are. So pause now and choose your word. All right, and here they are. So broccoli, nice and leafy. Regret, coast, and the secret word is endorse. Endorse is the secret word. So let's grab here. I'll grab this. So first line. This is now the trigram part of the video where I go over what the trigram is quickly for you. So first line is yin, unchanging. Second line is yang, changing. Third line is yang, unchanging. So yin, yang, yang. So that would be wind or wood. So it would look like this. So that's the starting trigram, lower trigram. So from here you'd want to cast 3 more lines to discover your overall hexagram. So by casting the upper trigram, and with that you can interpret then the changing lines, which again is just the second line, and that's how you can kind of take it a little bit further, make it a little bit more personal for yourself. So I won't go that far, but I definitely urge you to do so. And with that, that's the end of the video, Libra. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support me, I have a Ko-Fi page, so you can download the divined cards that I've generated for you. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.